Hello everyone, let's start to solve question number 1, Spaceman Physics 2023, paper 4. First question shows a speed time graph for a vehicle accelerating from rest. First question A, calculates the acceleration of the vehicle at time t equal 30. So he asked to find the acceleration, and because at 30, so now you have to search for 30 seconds. This is about 30 seconds, I think, like this. So because this is a curve, so you have to draw a tangent. So now I will start to draw a tangent. So this will be a tangent. Then after drawing the tangent, you have to draw or to find the gradient of the line. So as you see, so the first part of our answer, you have to write acceleration equal gradient of the line. How we can find the gradient? At the tangent, you have to choose 2 points as far as possible. So I choose these 2 points, A and B. Okay, so now A is 40 and B is 0. This is at time, and A is equal 20 and B is equal 4. So because gradient equal V2 minus V1 over T2 minus T1, so V2 20 minus 4 over 40 minus 0. So now what is the answer? You have to use your calculator. It will be 20 minus 4 divided by 40. It will equal 0.4. 0.4. This is the acceleration. Okay, and let's move to the next. Don't forget to write the unit, meter per second squared. Without further calculation, state how the acceleration at time t equal 100 compares to the acceleration at time equal 10. As you see, at time equal 10, this is the acceleration here, and at 100 the acceleration is here. As you see, we have a shallower line, okay, or shallow. So this is a steeper line, this is shallower line, so it means the acceleration decrease. So I will write the gradient decrease from 10 to 100. So acceleration decrease. You have to explain why acceleration decrease, because as speed increase, the air resistance increase. Now let's move to the next. Determine the distance traveled by the vehicle between time t equal 120 and 160. So first thing, if you want to find distance from the graph, the answer will be distance equal area under the line. Okay, so you have to find the area under the line between 120 and 160. So you have to find this area. Okay, you can divide this shape to 2 parts. Now we have a triangle and rectangle. So we have distance 1, distance 2. Distance 1, you can find it half multiply base multiply height. So it equal half multiply, what is the base? This is between 160 and 120, so it will be 160 minus 140, 120, sorry, 120. Okay, multiply height. What is the height from this point to this point? So the height is from 20 to 30, so the height is 10, which equal half multiply 40 multiply 10, it will equal 200 meter. Then the second distance is the area of triangle, so it is length multiply width. Length is again 160 minus 120 multiply width is what? This is the width is from 0 to 20, so it is multiply 20 equal 800. Now we will add both distances, so the total distance is 1000. So now the answer is 1000 meter. Let's move to the next. Complete the definition by giving the name of each quantity. Mass multiply acceleration should be resultant force or net force. Force multiply time equal impulse. This is very easy question. Now let's move to the next. Figure 2.2 shows a man using a golf club to hit a ball. Okay, the ball has a mass of the ball. The golf club is contact with the ball for a duration of, this is the time for contact, and the ball leaves the golf club at a speed of, this is the speed of the ball. Calculate the momentum. Of course you have to write the momentum equal mass multiply velocity. Mass is 0.046 multiply velocity is 65 equal, it will give us 3. So the answer is 3. And what is the unit? The unit, you can find the unit from the equation, kilogram meter per second. Calculate the average resultant force acting on the ball. Okay, so as you know, resultant force equal change in momentum divided by time. So because, as you know, he said the change in momentum, because it starts from rest and the speed now is 65, so it will be 3 change in momentum divided by time, which is 5 multiplied 10 power negative 4. So what is the answer? The answer will be 6000 Newton. While the golf club is in contact with the ball becomes compressed and changes shape. State the type of energy stored. So the type of energy stored, if we have a compression, so this type of stored is what? Is elastic energy. Let's move to the next. Now we have figure 3.1 shows solar cells that use radiation from the sun to generate electrical power. State the name of process which release energy in the sun. As you know, on all stars, the energy released by a fusion reaction. So this is the process, fusion reaction. Okay, now what is the fusion reaction? Fusion reaction is joining for two light atoms or two light nuclei to form a heavier one. So this is the definition of nuclear reaction. So now we have too light or too small, to make it easier for you, too small nuclei join together to form a larger nuclei. Apart from solar cells, there are other energy resources used on Earth for which the radiation from the sun is the main source. State the name of one of these energy resources and explain whether it's renewable. Because, as you know, all resources like solar panel, like wind turbine, like biofuel, fossil fuel, all of this, the sun is the main source. We have only three sources. It doesn't depend on the sun, which is what? Which is geothermal energy. It doesn't depend on the source. The sun is not the main source of geothermal because it comes from the earth. And also we have tidal, and the last one is nuclear reactors. So we have many examples for sources which the sun is the main source. I will write one. I will write wind turbine. Okay, so explanation, it's renewable because it will not run out or used up. Now state two advantages and two disadvantages of using solar cells to generate electricity. Okay, one advantage, I prefer to write what doesn't produce greenhouse gases. Which lead to like CO2, which lead to global warming. And the second one, I will write, for example, I can write what? It's cheap, for example. Okay, so I will use this answer. So I will write it's cheap to run. Disadvantage, you can write it is weather dependent. And also because weather dependent, because it only work at day, it doesn't work at night. You can add no, because we are talking about what? We are talking about solar. Yes, so because I forget, so now it works at day and doesn't work at night. Okay, also if it's windy, it's raining, it doesn't work. Okay, now what is the other disadvantage? We can write what, for example, we can also add for example, it is takes a lot or large area, so need a large area. Okay,